So I just wanted to share a quick video update on my camera converter project. This is what it looks like right now, just getting the electronics all set up. And here is the fly pack over here. Here's the fly pack control panel that controls all that. And here is a monitor like what the camera operators will have on their cameras. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on the power supply to give power to the camera converter, and it'll go through a startup sequence here. The camera converter doesn't have any way to know what camera it's connected to. So the first thing we have to do is go into the menu and tell it which camera it's being used with. I have 4 buttons. I have a menu button, up and down cursor buttons, and a set button. So if we press the menu button, we can scroll through all the different menu options. There's not that many of them. The first we have is a camera label. This is just a user-friendly label to identify the camera, but it doesn't change anything other than sets a user-friendly label. So we're going to go ahead and call this camera 1. Press menu again. Now this is the camera ID. This identifies to the fly pack how the camera is actually connected internally. And so in this case we want it to have an ID of 5, which will correspond to camera 1 buttons and camera 1 labels on the screen. So we'll leave that as camera 5, or ID 5, excuse me, camera 1 on ID 5. And then we can set if we want the front tally light to be on or not. When I'm done with this camera converter project, it will mount under the camera and it will have a front-facing tally light. That way, if you're working with on-camera talent and you want them to be able to see when their camera is live, you can enable that tally light. Otherwise, that can be switched off and they won't see any front tally. So that can be toggled off and on. When all the settings are done, you can press the set button and it will save the settings. Once the settings are saved and it knows what camera it's on, the lights will change accordingly. So right now we can see that camera 1 is lit up in the preview bus here. We can see on the screen there's a green border around camera 1 showing that it's in the preview bus. Because of that, it will show on the LCD display here that camera 1 is on standby. The yellow standby tally lights are on, and tally lights above the monitor also change to yellow. If we were to take this camera now, put it on air, the lights turn red, showing that it's on air. The tally lights on the camera converter change to red, indicating it's on air. And the LCD screen shows on air. These are the tally lights here that'll be visible to the user, as well as the monitor tally lights. This tally light in the back here, that is the front tally light that camera talent will be able to see when that's enabled. These guys I just set up because I needed diodes, and these are light emitting diodes, and I didn't have any regular diodes to work with, so I used light emitting diodes instead. When I actually build this, put this all on a circuit board and put it into a housing, these will not be lights, but for right now they work as diodes. I need the diodes to feed the current into the transistors in order to switch the signals that go through the network cable to send the status to the monitor. If camera 1 is neither in preview or program, it's completely clear. The tally lights will switch to green and the LCD display will show that the camera is clear. If you need to change any of the settings at any time, you can go press the menu button and toggle to the setting you want to change. So I'm going to turn the front tally off, set that, and now if I were to take camera 1, you'll see that front tally light stays off because I changed that to off in the settings. And so whatever I do here is reflected immediately on the fly pack. And so that is all working exactly the way it should be. I don't actually have a camera connected here, which is why there's no camera video on the monitor. But that's fine. I still have a bit of work to do with this, obviously. This is the tally light and logic portion. All the microcontroller coding for the Arduino is done now. I still need to do the intercom portion of this, so the camera operators will have intercom, but that is a simple circuit and is all done with electronics. There's no more coding or other complex digital circuitry involved with that. So that's my camera converter project so far and how it is all working right now.